This video shows you how to use METIman's genitourinary system. Here's what you'll need: the 60 milliliter syringe with the luer lock extension from METIman's inventory kit, distilled water, yellow food coloring for mixing simulated urine, an IV pole with IV bag filled with clear distilled water or distilled water mixed with yellow food coloring, some towels, a bucket for wastewater, a 16 French urinary catheter with or without bag, silicone lubricant from METIman's inventory kit, and a 10 milliliter syringe. Make sure the genitourinary system is empty before filling it to prevent overflow. The genitourinary reservoir is primed and filled through the GU port, located in the left shoulder of both METIman Nursing and METIman Pre-Hospital. Here's the GU port on METIman Pre-Hospital. If only a small amount of fluid is needed to simulate proper catheter placement in a field location, the internal reservoir may be filled with a syringe. Fill the 60 milliliter syringe with clear distilled water or distilled water mixed with food coloring to simulate urine. Now remove the cap from the GU port and place it aside. Connect the luer lock extension set to the GU port. If you haven't already done so, aspirate the genitourinary system to make sure it's empty before you inject any fluid into it. Then connect the filled syringe to the extension set. Slowly inject all 60 milliliters of the distilled water into the GU reservoir. Remove the syringe and luer lock extension set from the port and put the cap back on the port. When the urinary catheter reaches the bladder, a flashback of fluid will be seen in the tubing and bag. To simulate continuous urine output, you need to provide a continuous supply of fluid. To do this, fill an IV bag with distilled water or distilled water mixed with food coloring and hang it from an IV pole near the simulator. Unscrew the cap from the GU port and set it aside. Connect the IV line to the GU port. Open the roller clamp on the IV line and let the fluid flow into the simulator. A small reservoir inside the simulator will fill with fluid, acting as a bladder. However, no fluid will exit the reservoir until a catheter is inserted through the one-way valve into the bladder. Catheterize the simulator using a 16 French urinary catheter lubricated with silicone lubricant. Both the male and female genitalia can be catheterized. Once the urinary catheter is in place, adjust urine flow rate manually using the roller clamp on the IV set. When you're done simulating urine flow, disconnect the IV line from the GU port. To empty the GU reservoir, have a catheter in place in the simulator's bladder and a basin ready to catch any fluid that flows out of the catheter. Fill a 60 milliliter syringe with clear distilled water. Connect the luer lock extension set to the GU port, then connect the filled syringe to the extension set. Slowly inject all 60 milliliters of clear distilled water through the GU port. If you used simulated urine, you may need to repeat flushing until you see clear fluid flowing into the basin. Fill the syringe with air by disconnecting it from the extension set and withdrawing the plunger to the 60 milliliter mark. Reattach the syringe to the extension set, and then slowly inject the air through the GU port until only air flows through the catheter. Remove the syringe and luer lock extension set from the GU port and put the cap back on the port. This video showed you how to use METIman's genitourinary system. If you need more information, please consult the METIman user guide or call CAE Healthcare Customer Service at 1-866-462-7920 or at one of our international numbers if appropriate. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more, visit our website at www.caehealthcare.com.